like that. Pretty close to Washington there, huh? New
Yeah, I'm
Gingham
not far
House.
from Seattle, just a couple hours. A few, maybe.
Okay. It's kind of exciting that this isn't fading away yet.
But it seems like media and shit, like there's been some exhaustion of it. Like the media's decided that it's over, not worth talking about anymore.
Right.
But it's still going on everywhere.
And it seems like it's being suppressed. I don't want to sound like a weirdo, but I know there's somebody sharing this shit. I can't find shit. Weird. Y'all niggas up to something. Quiet.
But I
Quiet,
still
quiet,
haven't.
y'all.
I haven't heard any like politicians or anything talking about at all the necessary, like systemic economic reconstruction that has to happen. It's just not even coming up.
Nope.
Like at best, after even a couple weeks, it's like okay, we'll fire that police officer who shot that man.
That's exactly what we want.
So the police chief in Atlanta did resign about that.
Yeah. Oh yeah. You think she's scared? Oh well, obviously she's scared. But damn. And you said something about the police chief. I think you said that the new police chief having a history of being an asshole. Was that not you?
No, I don't think we talked about it.
Right.
But I
We
mean,
want that.
probably it's a cop.
True that. It's a nigga too, and there's a reason you ain't the chief already, nigga.
I mean, that was the
Niggas
case in
killing.
Portland. The white female police chief resigned. They gave the commission to the her lieutenant or whatever, it's the older black guy. But then he
Wait,
comes out and like right away is like, but we want to protect and support our officers in order to enable them to do the job that we ask them to. So that's
wow.
not what I'm looking for. It's like,
This doesn't sound
yeah, but we want them to tear gas and murder you, so not that.
good. We're gonna facilitate
But
that. That is who I was talking about. Wait, so the Seattle police chief
uh,
quit too?
Atlanta quit over
Atlanta.
the
Oh,
shooting that
over
happened at
guy
Wendy's.
at Wendy's.
Hmm.
Interesting. Now that sounds less. I'm scared and more believable. Portland bitch must just be afraid as fuck. I would imagine. They gonna get me. It's just a bunch of weirdness. I'm excited. Am I? Am I terrified?
I'm
Let me
getting
decide.
I'm getting the feeling a lot of the momentum has gone.
Kind of seems a bit like that. But I don't know though. I don't want to say that something will cause it to ramp back up, but
I
I'm
mean,
seeing a
shit,
lot
it
of
sure
white
might.
people at this
They better
point too.
watch the fuck out.
I see a lot of students.
God, stop.
White boys.
The fucking thing is like, it, you're hurting your own fucking cause because you could get away with the shit that makes this true forever, no matter how much people cared about it, if you didn't like murder people on camera.
Yep. If you just try to avoid that,
You could still keep those people poor. You could still keep those people in fucking jail and prison.
none of this would be happening.
You could still fucking make them serve you hors d'oeuvres in the fucking governor's mansion.
That's really
As
nasty.
long as you didn't murder them in the street, you can continue to do this forever. And
You said
people
that
would
was
just
in
be like, okay,
Louisiana?
yeah. Yeah, Louisiana's wild with that shit, apparently. Did you check out that link I sent you?
Which one are we talking about?
In Discord, just at the start of this.
I don't think I did.
What
What you got?
it was what I was talking to you right before I started recording. It was New Orleans too, where the sanitation
Oh,
workers were striking, asking for more than fucking $10 an hour or whatever for shit,
that is
and
so
like sick
wrong.
pay and stuff. And so they fired them all and brought in prisoners to do it instead.
That is terrible.
And that happened just a little bit before all this shit, so it's like it won't really be a
Oh,
story, I guess, but
that's fucking awesome. Hey, did you test the video sharing thing? Real
no,
quick.
but I don't need to test it.
You need to test it.
No, I can just do it. I know it works.
All right, what you got? What you get for this here, sir?
I do not have any materials prepared, but we could check out some of this. You wanted to watch this LA Police Commission video. I could play that if you like.
Interested.
Not liquid television.
Yes,
You want me to just play that?
Yep.
Cool. Will do.
Oh, hell yeah.
Let's go.
yes. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can. Please go ahead.
Hi. Yeah. I just want to thank the chief of police for wasting everybody's time in this greatest time of need. I think he absolutely should be fired. The commissioner, all of you should be doing your job and making sure that this
I
man
can't
no
hear it.
longer shows up. We need to defund the police department immediately. We need to.
Pause.
I can hear it a little. It's really low.
Hmm.
Damn it.
Yes. Can you hear me?
How about
Yes,
now?
I can. Please go ahead.
Hi. Yeah. I just want to thank.
You can hear it?
Yep.
Okay.
Yes. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can. Please go ahead.
Hi, yeah. I just want to thank the chief of police for wasting everybody's time in this greatest time of need. I think he absolutely should be fired. The commissioner, all of you should be doing your job and making sure that this man no longer shows up. We need to defund the police department immediately. We need to find ways to create community-based system. We don't need these people anymore killing our folks in the streets, killing black and brown people. This man can't even look at us while we're talking, while the community speaks. He's just looking down at his
Seems that's a
fucking
common
phone,
thread is
texting,
how
doing
he
whatever
isn't
the
paying
fuck. Yeah,
attention
look
at
at
all.
me, motherfucker. I'm talking to you. We're all.
What?
It seems that's a common thread how he isn't paying attention
Oh,
at all.
yeah, a
He's
few
just
people
looking
bring
down.
it up. They're like, what the fuck? He doesn't care. So he's really mad. They're all just like looking at their phones and shit while they're tired of hearing this bullshit already. Shut up. Get to your guest.
Why are we doing this again?
talking to you. We're tired of your shit. You know, you're over here hitting and running protesters. We got it all on tape. You're over here shooting at media people that are just minding their own business too. We got it all, baby, and we're still recording you. So we need to get rid of this man. We need to get rid of these fucking pigs. And that's all I got to say. We need.
Yes, we can. Thank you.
All right, my name is Sasha Nonis Barnes. I'm a white Jewish man who lives in Koreatown. I want to first say to the white people who have just realized that this is how the police act, shame on you for not listening to black people who have been yelling about this for decades and centuries. Hi, Chief Moore. I'm talking specifically to you, but I'm directing my comments towards the commission as well. I would normally start by saying all due respect, but respect is something that's not given, it's earned. We pay your officers to respect the community, but they need to earn that respect in return. You've sat here with your mask on, fiddling around on your desk, and you ask for respect, your words ring hollow. Actions speak 10 times louder, and your actions were to shoot innocent, peaceful protesters who were exercising their First Amendment right to free speech and peaceable assembly with rubber bullets, which are metal bullets coated in rubber and can kill a human being at close range, and tear gas, and as well attack them with batons. And you think that's okay. The narrative is that police are allowed to act this way when they get scared. If you scare so easily, why are you police? You claim to want to listen, but in your actions, you refuse. You want to change this system, start by resigning in shame and follow it by doing everything that Reggie just asked you to do. Who has been out with the brooms and the tools cleaning up the mess? The citizens. The police do not care about the people. And as a message for Eric Garcetti, your political career is over. The people will not forget that you turned a blind eye to militarized police shooting and gassing their own citizens. The LAPD is akin to the Gestapo and needs to be defunded and dismantled. And to the commission, upgrade your Zoom account with all that fucking money. I yield my time.
He gave it to him. He gave it to him pretty fucking good.
Yeah, I like that guy.
Fuck yeah.
A kid to
Wish I
the
didn't smash this into
Gestapo.
pieces.
What did you? Yeah, I heard that. What did you fucking break?
It's not broken. I was just messing around. It's this little guy.
That word.
He was holding my phone up, but he found his way off the table there. But
If you're so
small, he doesn't really
scared.
get hurt when he falls. Have you seen Star Wars, baby? Yeah. Oh, him, yeah. He really brought the fire.
They just don't care, though.
No,
They don't have
Not even a
anything to
little.
say. They don't give a shit.
nothing. I like that that man came with facts. He had it prepared. He threw in some fucking freestyle in there. He's like, you sit there looking at the fuck. There's one guy.
Someone is aggressively mowing outside of my house right now.
Yeah, how come it's weird, in the last one I didn't hear any of the song, right? But then, whenever I listened to it back, I heard all the song. Aggressively mowing. he's turned the mower on the fucking...
It's just like revving it. Just...
Yeah, I hear it. He's showing off that motherfucker, I bet. This thing pushes itself, by the way.
I saw somebody had a fucking one of those self-propelled mowers, and they tied it like with a long rope to a post in the center of their yard and had it go around in a circle and wrap itself around the post and just mow the whole yard by itself.
Holy shit.
It's pretty good.
That's awesome.
Smart.
So smart. Yeah, look at that. I guess you got a real good system in place, that ain't gonna happen.
Trust the rope.
People message you who are watching. Because people will watch. People will watch that for years. You know what's kind of getting the thumbs up for me? People still breaking shit.
Yeah, people don't
They
like
haven't
that
given
shit
up the
though.
break shit.
People are
Hmm?
like, "We're for your message," but come on.
Come on,
But you
stop it.
don't understand the message at all.
Damn it, nigga. God. Bro, I can't
Telling you,
wait to have this shit finally fully set up.
soon.
So, come on, Yoda, let's go again. Yeah.
Why?
Yeah, it's like two more dudes in on the on that video call where the guy really fucking comes unglued. Have you? I can't remember. Why are people running so much? I have like a live stream of some protests going on.
Yes.
People are running. I like that.
They're just running around. Where are you
Oh
watching?
no, this one's in Louisville, Kentucky. These these three are four. All four of them are Louisville, Kentucky.
Was Louisville where Breonna Taylor was?
That makes sense.
I'm not sure that
Very
it
close.
is.
I have no idea. This girl's putting on some goggles. Bitch is stupid. She put on some swimming goggles.
Protect eyes from
About
that
to die.
gas. Yeah, it was Louisville.
It was Louisville. Okay.
That shit's gonna happen. That dude is gonna go to fucking prison.
Are they even
Those cops are
acting like they're
gonna
do
keep
something
being
with it?
cops. Nope.
Oh yeah, that guy's just gonna go to prison.
We made a mistake. Oops. Here's some
How dare you,
dead
by the way.
dead wife for you. Here's some prison for you.
Here's some-
Here's some sweet PTSD pay for us. It's like win-win.
and some of us are getting a pension. Can you believe it? Getting our pension. Isn't that they said that Derek Chauvin is also up for his pension still, right? Is that gonna
I
happen?
did see that. He might get like $1 million.
That's awesome, bro. That was his out. He just didn't want to quit.
Just gotta kill somebody real quick. Get that pension.
He just Control Alt Delete. Task manager.
What do they call that? Easy money.
Yup.
I mean, you just gotta have a fucking job guarantee. That's it. Like at the baseline, you have to guarantee people jobs that'll let them like move into home ownership and generational wealth. And that was
This whole
like that
game
was
is
supposed to
about.
happen with the fucking with Reconstruction and reparations that and a big shock in American politics were pulled out from under black people. That never happened with any treaties or anything before. And then fucking, I mean, same thing with New Deal. All this shit's like the New Deal. Roosevelt did. Was it Roosevelt after the Depression and the World War times and all that stuff? They did the big New Deal to rebuild America, but I mean, it's written into all of the housing, zoning, and coding, and I'm just gonna fail at that. So cut.
hearing that motherfucker revving that
Yep.
bitch in the back. Dude, what the hell is funny?
See,
It just
aggressive.
keeps peeking in. Aggressive for real.
Fucking never
That
stops.
grass ain't short enough. Cutting the earth's hair. Just can't let shit be.
I saw the video of some fucking old, like, middle-aged white dude harassing a couple of kids protesting some town or whatever. You know, they just had their signs, and he came up on them, was talking all this shit, you know. And they just kept yelling at him to go mow his lawn. It's fucking great.
That was nice as hell.
Yeah, I got
Motherfucking
a
brand.
video. I'll share it. I was talking about this last week, but
Let's take a look at it.
let's take a gander.
Yeah, you bow down to black.
There.
It's pandering. Yeah, you.
Oh, I can't do it from full screen, that's why.
From Moscow, suddenly.
Yeah, you bow down to
Oh
black.
shit.
It's
I was ready
pandering.
for this.
Yeah, you bow down to Black Lives Matter. These police officers that are out here protecting this city, that protected it from being on fire. If it wasn't for them, this city would be burnt down right now. And you I promise you, this union will go to our grave fighting. We're not letting this happen to these officers. It's not right. You're cutting 250. First of all, civilians are going on furloughs because you didn't have money. Now you're finding the money to give $250 million to Black Lives Matter. It was because of the Black Lives Matter on the front line, throwing the box and bottles at these officers, cracking their skulls. It's because of them, because of their constant pandering at the police commission. It's 100 of them. But you guys are listening to them. What about the law-abiding citizens that are law-abiding? They don't break the law. All they want is these officers to protect them. And this is what they do every day. And now you're cutting from their families. When they put everything on the line, we're gonna fight. Okay?
Take care of it at the ballot box.
Okay.
Jesus Christ. That would be so fucking scary. What the fuck?
Wouldn't it?
Jesus. In a car garage?
Wouldn't it?
Ambushed her. What the fuck? She looks a little black or brown her damn self, didn't she?
She was.
Fuck me. Damn. Ugh. I feel like I just watched a fucking horror film for real.
Yeah, it's terrifying. Just like 100 cops surrounding you in a fucking parking garage, talking about we're gonna fight to our grave.
Please, let me get in my car, please.
It's just how offended she was that like they gave money to Black Lives instead of cops. Just, and yet you're paying these people.
If it wasn't for us, the city would be burnt down. I gotta build a new city. I don't know what to tell you, Lucifer. No, it's so fucking weird. It's making me think that we don't have as many allies as we need here to win the war against communism. What is it called?
Those goddamn witches.
Yeah, that's right. That's why they're burning shit. There's witches in these buildings. What are you talking about? You gotta burn those.
I did see witches
Stupid.
out protesting. There was fucking Amish people out protesting.
You see that clip of those two monks walking down the street at a protest?
I did. That one monk was
Fucking what
swole
they?
as fuck.
Yeah. Coming out them robes looking
Yeah,
crazy.
I hate you with that fucking
This
inner
woman is so down
fire.
for Black Lives Matter. She let her belly come out. Bad. She all bad. It's terrible. I want to see 1,000 monks walking in the street. What do you do? That's not allowed. Pissed. We need more. We need more help. Baby, we're going to protest. Go get in the car. Yeah. Anyway.
I wonder what things would look like if you found a way to enable people to actually vote. Like, if you could vote from your phone conveniently and easily, if anybody could do it, no problem. Don't gotta fucking leave work. Don't gotta get the plague. What are the voter numbers in America? They're fucking abysmal, right?
Yeah, pretty bad, especially.
Oh, look it up. This fucking guy's mowing in my head again. Voter training, United States. $55%. Looks like we've been steady about 50 to 55% since 70s.
That's pretty fucking bad. But I don't think it's that high. It can't be that high. Well, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, they got numbers. This for 2016 says 140 million people. That's about right. About half of eligible voters.
Alright. That's right. I mean, I don't think I ever have. Not even once. For anything. It's weirdly inaccessible, but also hard to really follow and know what you really want to vote for because they hide so much in these little things. You don't even know what the fuck you're doing anyway. You just someone tells you to sign this.
Yep. Bird here. What's it say? Nobody's got time for that. It's like 30 pages of legal fucking jargon.
That's not my fucking job. And then you hire somebody to tell you what to do, and then they got their own thing in mind.
Yep. And the people with actual money hire them to tell you what to do. So.
That's right. At some point, you just gotta be like, fuck you, I won't do what you tell me. Why are they forming a human chain if the police are backing away? Do, 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 do. What's the point of the chain? Why are we touching hands? That's not allowed, right? Why are you hugging? Oh, no, don't hug that white boy. No. No, Wanda Sykes. This is bad.
Cut.
Alright. This shit is weird. There's a guy in in the call with the police chief that tells him to suck his dick. It's pretty amazing.
I can play some more of that.
Suck my dick. It's fucking stupid.
I saw a
You
bunch of
had me.
like individual videos from this over the last couple weeks from their Zoom meeting, like open meeting hall with the town or whatever. People fucking laying into them.
Why'd they even do it? That's weird, right?
Yeah, it is weird because they don't got nothing to say or do. They're not gonna
Yeah,
acknowledge
say
any underlying problems.
Acknowledge anything at all. Did they even speak? I've never seen any of them speak once.
I mean, because like go back to the first week we did this. You can't talk about any of this without talking about economic disparity. And coming from poverty and all the shit my family got into and how fucked up my life was. Like you could say that universally, poverty is fucking hard on people. They penalize poverty and criminalize poverty. And at no point does it try to lift you out of poverty and instead like grinds your face into it. Just show you to fucking shit where you eat. And it's like that's why you get so many people, like white people, especially poor white people, that get upset about Black Lives Matter because they feel like their life was a piece of shit. And it was. Like, poverty made their life a piece of shit, too. But you just step back a couple of steps and see, like, at the different paths you have out that everybody doesn't have out, and at the amount of people who have been segregated into this, who, like, have been made the definition of poverty, so that even when they're out, sometimes, or oftentimes, they're abused as if they were impoverished people. And, that's where the racism is. But, like, what you have to understand is that if you fix the thing that is causing, like, that all of this murder, like, cop murder and shit is the fruit of, if you fix what's underneath the economic disparity and opportunity and risk and freedom, it'll fix it for you, too.
Yeah.
It's made to kill these people. It's a diddle that you're caught in it. And yes, that sucks, and I have absolute empathy for it. That's been my whole life. But it wasn't made for me. Like, it's made for people, and you gotta fucking step back and look at why it's been made that way. And understand that it is also what's eating up your life, so that's inevitable. It was inevitable that the same, like, manufacturing jobs failure that happened in the Northeast that led to, like, after everybody migrated up north after Reconstruction failed after the Civil War, and got all these factory jobs that were inevitably going to go away with things like NAFTA and so on, and just different, like, changes in production and the way the world works. These people would be the first out of the jobs and the first put in these public housings, which then, like, cause all these other cascading definitions of things. But, like, the systems that were made there that took advantage of and disabused black people, you're right, are not inherently racist, except for the before those systems were in place, they were put in place to enact racist ideals. It's just that, like, now that they're pure systemic legal, like, natures or systems or whatever, they will also eat you up. So in the Midwest, when the jobs failed, everybody started fucking cooking meth the same fucking exact way.
Tough.
When the fucking glass plant closed and shit, and all the fucking barely middle class white people all lost their jobs and didn't have generational wealth because they were, for whatever reasons they maybe incidentally didn't, then they fell prey in the same exact way. And then those people like feel separated though by when you talk specifically about black life and systemic racism because they say this happened to my life. I also suffer and want help and all this shit, and you're not special. But like, you don't like hold your brother down saying I got it worse than you did. You lift your brother up and say let's fucking ride together. And if you're honest about it and you step back and say like how and why this happened, the history from the fucking Atlantic chattel slave trade to now, and can clearly see that this was made to continue to dehumanize black people and make them like an economic resource, then you can see like how it is systemically that you also have been chewed up by this and stand up for your brothers.
Just grinding people.
And help yourself too, man. Because like if you create economic equality and freedom, and if you like make a floor that everybody can stand on, you could fucking stand on that shit too, you dummy.
Instead, people are fighting each other.
As long as you like, there's a side of an argument where they're like, some people deserve a place to sleep and other people don't. Then it's always going to inevitably come for you too. That's that whole fucking little Nazi poem. Like they came for the Jews and they came for the Polish people or whatever. They came for me. But then you don't say to the Jews who've been dying in internment camps like, the Jew lives don't matter. They just invaded Poland. Only Poland matters, or what? What are you talking about?
It's amazing. Everybody, man, we're dying over here too. What the fuck? How do you even bring that up right now? That time it scared me. I thought a ghost knocked it down, but it was me. It was me the whole time. I got me. This is all so sad, but I'm glad people are still fighting, I guess. I just don't know. I just don't know what it'll change.
I don't.
Sticking around.
But people's like, what are you fucking? Just gonna wait out this fucking leaf blower or whatever is happening.
I can't hear it.
I swear to God, he's just fucking holding the pedal down. Just sitting outside my window, just.
What are you doing? Motherfucker, you got syrup on that shit.
Sure is.
Sometimes I kind of feel like a Karen myself.
God damn it. Hey, wait. What kind of carrot are you?
I'm customer service Karen. Damn, this Amazon shit ain't the only time I act like that either. It's like the time that we went to McDonald's and this fucking weird bitch was like She said, I can't take your money. What did she say? I can't take your money because that'd be cross contamination. I was like, put on some gloves then, bitch. I don't know what to tell you. But you're supposed to take my money at this part. I was like, wash your hands. I don't get it. And she's, I don't remember. She fucking assaulted me hard. And I was just like, yeah, how about you just give me my fucking money back? I'm not doing this. I was just so salty. She wouldn't give us our cups
What?
after she took the money. That's right.
What the fuck?
I don't know. It's too much. It's like, bitch, I just got back from managing a restaurant. You're telling me you can't give me that shit? Ain't somebody supposed to come over and give me that shit? I don't know what the fuck. It seemed like she was trying to crack a joke, and I was like, I'll crack your face. I don't know what's going on. I'm salty.
Just give my goddamn drinks. I'm thirsty.
For real. Thirsty in this motherfucker. Vehicle. Ho. Really mad. I fucking left a crazy ass manic review and then fucking cut it down to just this restaurant is cursed. That was the end of it. And I went back and looked at it. I was like, insane. Absolutely lost it. So yeah, I just be acting like this. I'm about to publish the whole fucking week of chat that is backlogged from the Amazon stuff because it is a lot, and it's all there too. Weirdly,
That's weird. They don't like know where it's at. Don't got no updates or nothing. They're just like,
hey, you'll see it. I'm like, but last you said I'm gonna see the hats, and then I was like, where the hats at? And I didn't see them. And I told the motherfucker, I said, put the money back on my payment method instead of Amazon because fuck that. And then yeah, it's on Amazon. It's at a gift certificate thing, so that's fucking awesome. I can't even bring that up because I'm like, where is this shit? It says it was here. What happened? Like, I was lost in transit. Because on my end it says delivered. It doesn't show me anything else. That's all it said. So I don't fucking know. But thank you. I'm gonna make sure to utilize that in life. Also, I'm gonna be like sending out like I'm gonna be using this this postcards app that Google has. I've been using that. It's kind of nice because I could just use a picture on my phone and do that and throw pictures at people physically.
word.
It's kind of gay, right?
Postcards?
Yeah. But they're personalized. I'll send you one that says Black Dust and have bat wings and shit. I was thinking about making business cards with a link to my YouTube channel. Using one of those stupid ass fucking websites. There's 100 of them. I can't remember what they're called. Assholes.com. I don't even know. I had one almost fucking done. I was gonna do it. I was gonna get 80 or something. Like, fuck it, let's do it. Just pass them out.
Fucking head out.
I probably have 20 more subscribers by now. 20 cards. Alright.
I mean, we keep doing this shit. It'll get a little tighter. It'll get better if we keep doing it consistently. I think it'll do good.
Yep. For sure.
I will definitely be more prepared in future times. I'll gather materials, make a little list of stuff I want to talk about. Stuff. Be more organized.
There's gotta be an application you can use to host like a show and have like different. We could remotely change the monitors and stuff like that. I don't know. There's something.
Yeah, I mean, people do it, so people must know how to do it, but I don't know how, and I don't even know how to look it up, really.
Me either.
You can Google anything, you just have
Actually-
to figure out what question to ask, and I'm not sure.
Yep. You gotta phrase it right too,
Yeah.
or else you're gonna be in a totally different lane. It's tough, man. You got anything you pulled for consideration for this? We talked about Chappelle. We did a whole slew of things on Oklahoma,
Okamolga.
Atlanta. No batons. We talked about a lot.
Well, I mean, I think just like globally, we have to change the underlying narrative that this is just how shit is.
That's right.
People are fucking rioted, protested all over the goddamn world. It's all separate, but it's all the same. It's all the same shit too. They're going fucking ham in Brazil and fucking Chile and shit. Like, go fucking ham in France. They've been going ham in Hong Kong.
Mm-hmm. Hong Kong, hard.
And it's the same issue everywhere. It's fucking white supremacy. It's because white people fucking went everywhere, took over fucking narratives, and made a separation and said you can climb to where we are while we accumulate everything that the whole world has. We got there first. We went to the top of the mountain where the river starts, so all the water is ours. Which isn't even, like, factually true. It's just, like, white revisionist history also. And it's the shit they teach us in school. Like, I mean, how good do you feel like your education was at Omogi? Looking at the world, like, looking back now. What you know now. Based on, versus what the school taught you about the world.
And that's when I realized it, whenever Miss Burgess tried to, damn, is it her? Is this slander? When she tried to skip over that chapter about evolution.
Mm.
And I was like, okay, gonna Google that when I get home, bitch. You can't stop me. And I figured it out, and I was like, oh. I knew there was a reason I hated this shit. It's all fucking fake. Fakery. That's it. Yeah, we gotta fix it.
And we're not out of time, too. The planet's gonna fucking melt us off the face of the earth. We don't got time for this shit.
Bro, Yellowstone's gonna do it, bro, I swear. That's gonna be it. That's everybody. That's not
Yeah.
not no minuscule amount of fucking America. The United States of. It's everything. That's everything. And everything, not close by, not not just everything.
Oh,
And you don't get to know either.
Just
He's gonna
suddenly,
knock on
boom.
the door. Huh?
You're asleep in your bed.
I could barely handle a plane flying over my shit. I'm like, it's sideways, coming down directly on my forehead. I wrote this down. Oh yeah, so yeah, I live out here in Edmond now. There was a black kid killed 4 years ago, and I wrote down his name here, Isaiah Lewis. I remember asking some black kids that I worked with at way back about him, because they were in high school too, you know. They did know him, and they said that it's crazy and stuff. So anyway, multiple gunshot wounds. He's a black teenager. There's nothing on the internet about this other than the fact that it happened. He was naked, unarmed, and had just entered somebody's house, and they shot him dead real good.
Man.
Ouch. Yeah, people protested a little bit. Obviously, that's dead.
I didn't even hear about that.
There was another kid, a black teenager, who actually threw a baby in a parking lot around here. I guess I read that kid throws a baby or something, but he threw a kid in a stroller, in a baby seat, which is pretty fucked up. But how'd you get your baby?
Had to get your baby.
Who's lacing these fucking young athletes drugs? Huh? Oh yeah, the officers had no body cams, no body cam footage, and that Isaiah Lewis.
They're not big on the body cams in Oklahoma.
They went, I don't know.
They're not into it. We kill who we kill.
Like,
Fuck
right?
you.
Fuck you. You don't even need to know about it. I'm not gonna report that shit.
They should have just went with it. It's just obvious. Nobody gives a fuck. The cops just gonna keep copping. So 100 cameras pointed at them, and they're like, "Yep, war crimes." What are you gonna do about it?
I guess we're just gonna keep crying. Is that what we should do?
War on poverty, man.
It's super tough and super sad. I know how we fix it though. If I get rich, it's fixed. See?
Yeah, I'll trickle it down into all this shit I want.
We get rich. That's it. Everybody getting rich. I hope so. This is tough. How far away from November are we now? Not far.
It's June. 5 months.
And nothing changes.
Nope. I mean, I'm a lot less certain that Trump will be reelected than I was before this shit happened. But I'm not sure that he won't be either. And am fully discontent with a Joe Biden presidency, so...
This is a good choice.
Yep.
Just good when we thought it was impossible and retarded before. It's like, what? And now this what? It's fucking crazy. The old switcheroo they fucking got us with that.
Good old crime bill.
Two crotchety old white men. How does this happen?
Exploitation. Because Rome, and then the Catholic Church, and subsequently the major European empires, Britain and France and Spain, took over and mined the entire world and made a separation between themselves and all the places they were discovering and bringing civilization to. Said, look, we'll help you climb out of this hole that we've decided you are. We'll spend, centuries accumulating all the wealth that the world has to offer and capturing all of the means to acquire wealth. And even, the idea of a separation between, property ownership and street rabble. And then we'll say, stop burning stuff down. That doesn't accomplish anything. Why would you burn all the shit you built for us that you now work in for us so that you cannot afford a home or to take care of yourself when you're sick?
Now you put it that way, I don't see why we're doing it. It doesn't make any sense. I mean, they're doing it.
And it's that distinction that allows cops to murder people, because they're the line between like property ownership between citizens and the trash. And as long as that's like systemically true, it doesn't, like, you won't stop this from happening, even if you stop like that specific murder. That is just illustrating a clear distinction to everyone that actually lives in the world. Yeah, I mean, we know.
Ugh. It's weird how it's global, which makes me feel kind of icky. Makes me feel kind of. It's not nice to think about.
It could be if the fucking, like, purpose and intent and all of the energy of society meant working to
Fix that shit.
to provide like a human floor for all human people.
That'd be really nice.
Yeah, but like we literally just are not allowed to talk about it. You get so derailed talking about like whether or not this police was justified because this guy had a taser and all these different point of views about like, oh, do you expect a cop to just get shot, or like what can the mayor really do, or like you have to tear gas the people because they'll break the windows. And you just like get down all these endless rabbit holes and like, oh, but you have to vote for Biden because Trump is the worst, and you're like, 50 years later and the world is still farming all of its people instead of doing what society should be for, which is like giving you a base to then thrive off of, but that has historically only existed for certain people, like specifically as a definition of distinction between them and you, which most historically is black. I mean, like white only sort of exists as a prime not black. There's not even white people. That's not like a real thing. All those people are lost. You don't have any culture. You don't know where you come from. You've been forgotten by the system, and that you like want to uphold because you feel like religiously a part of it,
And people don't even acknowledge it. Well, I mean, wait, hold on. It's like it's a point of pride, right? They love that shit. A lot of people love that shit. Proud of it.
They like want to be on the historically good and winning team.
Makes sense.
You don't want to look at the world around you and say, yeah, I'm on the rabble side. You want to like put yourself on the other side of that distinction.
That's right. And we find our ways too, no matter what it is, right?
But there's lots of white folks out now.
Yeah. It's true. It's a lot. A whole lot.
Mm-hmm.
That's why it's really fucking killing me that people are fighting each other. When you two, both of you, need to fight together.
Mm-hmm. I've been trying to make that. I don't know how to bridge that gap, but I said I don't know how to bridge that gap, but it's gotta happen. That's what everybody wants, except for the like handful of people that have everything.
Yep.
And all the people who, and then grapes. The people who like worship that like a church. But young people are tired of that shit, man. We're not here
Yeah.
for the religious arguments anymore.
Nope. Not young and dumb no more.
I think the whole
Yeah.
shit would be different if it like voting and the party system and it wasn't so bureaucratic and like forced you into these channels. If it like every adult person could just vote with their fucking, I mean, their like unemployment account or whatever. I mean, you had to have an account to do any of that shit. I don't see why
Right.
you couldn't just on your phone, fucking, watch some videos. Who's this person? What are they about? Do a little bit of research. That's what I'm for. You don't have to go through no primaries or party
Right.
bullshit. But it don't work like that.
No, don't. And for good reason too.
And everybody in the system just acts like they're handcuffed by each other. But it says this, but it says this, but this person, but that person. None of them are like for real about making it right. They're using all that shit to never have to address the argument underneath it in the first place.
That's why suits are so gross.
Well, fucking dude, like 98% of Congress is lawyers. Which is insane. Why do we even have this many
Gotta
fucking
know
lawyers?
Why? That's a lot. That's, I never knew that. That's a lot of lawyers.
Yeah, it's almost exclusively lawyers. It's really, really rare to have somebody from other fields, like no engineers in Congress, no doctors in Congress, and no fucking construction people in Congress.
No, they all
It's
gotta
rare.
work.
I mean, there are a couple. I think I don't know if Cortez was eventually like did law school things also, but she was like working at fast food and shit, doing food in New York before she got elected. But maybe she is a lawyer. Fuck, I don't know.
Probably, maybe.
But there's not like working people or regular people in there who's trying to talk any sense. They all like agree to walk in a circle around the real issues. We'll stay on this side of it, you stay on that side of it. And people just get religiously... People just want religion. It almost doesn't even matter what it was about. Even if you can agree about this issue, then you come into another issue where it's like, always vote blue or whatever. And I'm like, it's not a fucking church. It's not a sports team. You're not here for morale. We're talking about real life. We're talking about fucking billions of people suffering and dying every day. I mean, not billions of people die every day, but you know what I'm saying. They suffer every fucking day.
They're dying. They're in
And
the
you want to
process
act like
of
it's not like the moral duty and sole justification for society to fix that specifically, to turn all of its energy and essence into uplifting the people that make it up. But nope, you'll never even get to talk about it.
Nope.
You'll just
Never even
talk about
started.
like you'll spend like 2 years talking over which couple of technical reforms will happen to banks or the police, and then those things will turn out to be hollow, and fucking the committees will just get isolated and then broken up, and all the regulations will be fucking defanged and shit, and nothing will happen, and you'll spend like 5 years and I mean, I saw on June 5th that 10,000 people had been arrested in protests already.
That's
I haven't seen stats since then, but wow.
It's quite a bit of people. Yeah. I saw something said that that wasn't Portland that said that they were going to release everybody who was arrested after protesting.
I saw that too, but I don't remember where it was. But I mean, it was people that were peacefully protesting and doing that didn't have like specific charges or whatever. But like, I don't I mean, that'll definitely account for some people, but there's still plenty of people who will get fucked, I imagine.
Getting fucked right now.
Like yeah. I mean, you threw that tear gas back. You're not one of those people who's getting out.
No, you a motherfucking prisoner now. Fucking terrorist. That's gross. It's all nasty and slimy. It's got a little fucking
It is.
film of fucking, ew. It's terrible.
But we're bringing
But at least
democracy
there's still,
to fucking Taiwan at 6 cents a day for textile labor, 18 hours a day, as long as you're older than 4. Or, you know, like.
really, it's really fucked up, but yeah, we probably got the best chance at trying to turn this weird shit around, right? Or else
We
it's gonna
gotta
fucking,
do it.
yeah.
It's just the only option.
This is it. It's it. All these other places are sunk really deep into that shit. And there's no way out.
I
It's
mean,
acceptable for
like, for real, climate change is gonna wipe all of us off the fucking earth.
tomorrow.
Yeah.
Like tomorrow.
And it's not unrelated to the systemic issue in the first place, where you talk about fucking like mass scale global exploitation and the morality and sentiments that have gone into that towards like the people and places you are farming. It explains directly how we got here
Really
in terms of
does.
in climate change, as well as fucking brutality.
Just do it. Because we can. Just grinding, digging. But not us, you know. We ain't gonna do that digging, you know. Weird motherfuckers.
People like to act like the world didn't function before the fucking empire brought the 9 to 5 job and a specific currency to it. Like, nobody did any work, and everyone just like laid around being pieces of shit and doing violence. And then, you know, the great empire came in and sorted it all out for us, and now we have a chance to climb and be one of the forces.
It's nasty as hell. Right, it was just. It's kind of fucking weird. And there are countries that are kind of doing it right? You hear about the hopeful, right?
Well, what do you mean?
People are talking about things like UBI
Oh yeah.
being actually implemented in places.
Um, there are places definitely. Uh, there are a couple of European countries for sure that are into like 4-day work weeks, like 26 or whatever hours, like but same like scaling salary, that have like looked at production studies and shit, like say that, you know, having someone 40 hours really just wastes everybody's time. You don't get more productive
And it
in that
kills.
situation, and it, yeah, also ruins their lives, which makes them less productive.
Right.
And you know, they have a shit ton of leave and stuff like that. They're like nice union jobs that every person in the world should have access to. I think there are some problems with UBI. But I don't hate it conceptually. I think it might not work for a couple reasons, but like, it doesn't matter. Just gotta do something.
Something.
Yeah. I think like I've talked about jobs guarantee a few times, and I think that's probably a more stable way to ensure people have opportunity and and freedom and stuff.
Yeah.
That take less
Reshaping
risk. I
what
think
a
you
job
like
is, you know.
also did like buy them into your society, and by doing it the other way around, by forcing society to buy into them. Whereas like you can just fucking burr and print money. Absolutely, that's what they do for rich people and corporations.
It's true.
But that, I think that won't work to change the distinction between property owners and like state assets or state sponsored assets, corporate assets, and the rabble. I think you have to like acknowledge that society is a, you know, working composition of all of its people. And there's plenty of shit we need and want, like that everybody wants. So much like infrastructure and shit is so terrible in this country. There's plenty of like stuff we could do that the state could print its money to do, and that's how you make economic growth and like forward momentum and stuff while also buying in your people. Is use your leverage to fucking accomplish societal things and build things for the good of society in a way that at the same exact time makes a floor guarantee to everyone. And you see that?
These are the words shit's built on. But yeah. It's not really built on that. It's built off of backs. Asses.
This idea that like the state has no responsibility that scales with its power in terms of relying on small business owners and shit to employ and secure financial freedom or whatever for all of the state's people, and to also do that in a way that is equal and fair to people, in a way that like tells them to see the world differently than the state sees the world. I mean, you end up with all these fucking, like, Portland has 18,000 restaurants or some shit that, you know, employs people for 22 hours at the minimum they can pay them. And that's how, like, the state just sort of, like, abdicates responsibility for the welfare of its citizens and says, well, you know, capitalism. Which isn't an honest way to assess capitalism. Capitalism is barely a thing. It's a description of so many different systems that have been so different throughout all of history. They've never been all of these same systems that interacted in the same way in every nation, empire. It's always been a different mixture, and you just sort of use it to say God. Just, you know, let Jesus take the wheel. This is exactly what they're saying. And they're pretending like they didn't make Jesus white, you know?
Oops, found it. That's the title.
Oops, found it. It's like Waldo in every episode.
This was about protests again, mostly. A I like that we got a lot of Okmulgee stuff in there. We should probably fucking dip into Okmulgee every other time, you know?
Yeah, there's
Because
plenty
there's
to
a lot
say
to
about
it.
Owogi.
Hmm.
That place is a shithole.
The shithole. The famous. We should do a segment where we just just look at fucked up news stories from Okmulgee. Yeah, I know that nigga. There's a few of them. Stupid.
It's crazy. I went to a
Yep.
bunch of different schools though, because I in
Yeah.
foster care I've moved around fucking constantly. I went to so many different high schools, and they're different. It's wild how apparent the difference in like budget and humanization and consideration and even like the responsibility to actually educate people is in different schools. Like I went to Omogi and Will Rogers and a couple other schools. They were predominantly black schools, and they had huge student to teacher ratios, and like fucking cops, and were like just these big like brick jails just stuffed with thousands of kids. But I also went to schools like Bixby and Henrietta and shit where they were entirely white and just these big, like open campuses and no cops, and everybody's like friends with all the teachers and knows each other, and it's fucking wild. And it's different too, like because I also went to a couple of like mostly native schools, Indianola and Wilson and Oakdaha. And it's different. Like it was different there. Like those schools were not nearly as copy as Omogi or Rogers were, where there's you just know fucking the squad, the whole fucking all the cars ready to roll up on you, cops ready to fucking get you in cuffs on the floor. Everybody, all the fucking teachers, the security, all like, oh fuck this shit. I'm a cop, even if you're not. And all principals and shit like that. It wasn't really like that at the Indian schools, but they're both poor, and the white schools were not poor.
Yeah. And that's weird because Henrietta's a
Mm-hmm.
little dot of a shithole
Yeah,
town as well.
it sure is. Well, the difference between
So are
Henrietta
a
High
lot of
School
those
and Omogi High School is insane.
Hmm.
I got fucking drug out of the auditorium at Will Rogers High School in Tulsa for refusing to stand up during the national anthem.
Man, you fucking Colin Kaepernick taking everything you'll ask for.
I got suspended too. It's fucking crazy. It was fucking because they were having a like Creek Day or some token bullshit, where they have you probably did that at Omogi too, where they have like the native crew come in to the auditorium and do a
Yep.
like super token show, and it's like pretty sad and gross. Not the
Hmm.
people, but the this is what we get of history.
This is it. This is it.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah. And even in these like mostly native schools, it's like that. Like this is all we learn about it. We don't
That's all we get.
get like an
We're
hour long
living in this shit
presentation.
with
So I thought it was fucked up. They're doing fucking uh, national anthem and Pledge of Allegiance and shit before they let them do the show. I was like, this is fucking horse shit. No, I'm gonna stay here because I'm not into this shit. Uh, this
Damn.
teacher was like, you need to fucking stand up right now, and she tried to argue with me for a minute, and I just fucking ignored her, and then she went and got a dude teacher who did the same thing, and then he tried to grab my arm, and I just fucking, don't fucking touch me, minding my business, don't got no words for you, not
Nothing
talking
to
to
do
you.
with you.
And then he went and got security guards, and they did the same shit, and then I still just fucking stonewalling them. They fucking drug my ass out of the auditorium. And I tried to explain it to the fucking vice principal, and she, like, looked me in the eyes the whole time, lucidly understood what I was saying. I was like, yeah, you're suspended 3 days. I was,
Wow. Wow. How does that make any sense?
I don't know. I ain't never stood up for none of that shit since I be at fucking basketball
Fuck that.
games fucking every time. I go to a bunch of fucking Blazers games all the time. People look at me crazy and stuff. They're like, all right, now stand up and fucking sig heil for this cop who killed 20 people. They always do that shit, man, in basketball games and sports games and shit. It's fucking, they like trot out a cop or a military person. They're like, honor the service. I'm like, man, I don't know this fucking cop. He's a cop. I'm not standing up.
Weirdo.
If it's a firefighter, I'll clap.
Yeah.
You tell me, you tell me he's in the military, he's a cop. Then like, I need way more information. You gotta convict. Like, I'm on the no side right now, so I got some explaining to do.
I think I saw you praising a police officer out there. What's up with that?
It's such a weird religious thing about the fucking national anthem and the flag and all this shit. I'm just not into that religious shit at all. I wouldn't stand up for it even if I didn't have a reason to. You know how much I got beat for not fucking like singing enthusiastically and shit in church? I'm not standing up for this. I don't pledge allegiance to America. I don't. So, like, shoot me? What the fuck? Fuck, go away.
Man. We tried to push back with that shit a little bit. I didn't really have a reason, I guess. I was like, this is gay. Oh, shit. Cancelled. Fuck. It's over.
Cut.
Shit. I might as well have said negroid. And what's the other one? Caucasoid.
Fucking caucasoids.
I just discovered that word there. I was like, wow, this is amazing. Man. What else you got? Stuff happening? Stuff even happening? Who are we gonna have on here? On this thing?
I mean, not Job's ass.
For sure. Told Muhammad he could make an appearance. I mean, like as a guest, I want to trick somebody who's like in the news or something into thinking this is a reputable podcast. And come on, I'll interview him.
Come on down. We've got
Derek
KGTV.
Reach out. Yeah, it's a whole production. That'd be awesome. And 5, 4.
Now with the weather. Looks like
Thank you for sticking with us through that break.
looks like I'm
we
inside
got-
today, so
You go over and open, move the curtain. It's definitely not raining, so we're good.
it's been pretty rainy out here. It's nice as fuck. It's like June. It's like fucking 65 degrees, rainy out for weeks. It's awesome.
65. Ugh,
Tell you, I don't miss Oklahoma.
man,
I sure don't.
Suck. It's the worst. I've been thinking a lot about making like a little intro thing,
Mm.
but like a little intro video. But Robert doesn't really, we're not really buddies. I bet he wouldn't edit me into a cop beating somebody. So, probably not. Well, if that's the intro to the podcast. It's just like my head on a lot of people getting brutalized. Is that tasteless? I don't even know. I don't even know.
You just gotta do you. People love it or whatever.
Damn, I gotta pick up all these fucking coins. It's bullshit. I'm really wondering if I'm gonna be able to do this shit. This fucking
Food truck?
food truck thing.
Hmm.
Something. I want to do something. I want to fucking get a trailer hitch attached to the Impala and
Hey.
get a fucking little cart thing.
I mean,
First, I gotta find a base. I can't do that at an apartment, you know. I gotta find a base, home base. I can do this.
oh, gas station parking lot.
We do actually have. That's me and the guy on the phone talked about this taco truck that has that going on. They pay rent. They must pay a little bit of rent. That's kind of fire, bro. I could fucking try to contact ONQs that don't have a grill. The grill at ONQ. Anyway, contact one that don't have that. It's like, you need some more traffic. I got rice bowls. Nigga. Like, what? I got quesadillas, nigga. What?
I mean, it's probably your best bet is to do something with a really cheap entry point, to do some kind of food that doesn't require like several cooking instruments and different like refrigeration and stuff. Like if you could just haul around like a smoker and some meat in a fridge or whatever, that's a lot cheaper than buying a fucking truck that is a kitchen.
Yeah.
You could just get like a cheap smoker, a cheap fridge, and a little trailer or something and just fucking pull it out.
Pop, pop. Rent a truck and just load all the shit up. Me and this lady were walking through Sam's Club looking at that shit. And I'm just like, that's it right there. Fucking.
I was gonna do that out in California when I was there. That other shit happened, but I give up that spot for the love.
Fuck, man. That was fine. That was a nice spot, man. Just killer.
Sure was.
It was hell getting up there, bro. That was scary as motherfucker, bro. I thought we was done for her. I thought we were done. At least a little bit done. Thought we were cooked.
It's fun though. We had a good time. I was real glad to see y'all.
Yes. It was amazing. It couldn't have been any better. You showed us what we do in the shadows. What they do.
Yeah.
What we do in the shadows. I fucking made them watch Black Mirror, that fucking really depressing episode, and I was like, why did I do that? That was terrible.
It's so good.
It is so good. It's so good. White Christmas, right? Yeah. That's bad. Well, this was a good one. How long do you think this
Check. Well, I've been recording for 3 hours.
Holy shit, my fucking timeline on here is all kinds of fucked up. Anyway, there we go. You say check something?
I don't think I said that, but maybe. I don't know what you're talking about.
Wait, what?
Check what? What?
I thought you said check something.
Maybe I did, but I don't know what you're talking about.
Well, I never said how was work.
I did though.
That's true.
I got you
That's the
covered.
show. Maybe that'll be the first guest type thing. Somebody will finally take me up on the call me after you get out of work if you're pissed. Well, I guess I never really have a set time for doing this thing, so I don't know. We'll figure all that out, obviously. But for now, this is what it is.
Yeah. I'm definitely gonna do some thinking and planning about how to plan and stuff.
Yes,
I've wanted to do a podcast for some years and haven't really been able to organize it. So now if we're doing this,
Yeah.
I'll do some getting into it.
Heard that. And this is really real. Keep doing it.
Till they fucking shut the internet off.
And when they do, we got a plan for the ass. I gotta make sure to fucking no batons. Maybe I should name it that and fucking leave it leave it empty. Just question floating in the air. What does that even mean? No batons. But I really do like this right here. Pretend as I didn't make Jesus white. That's pretty nice. I have a picture of Jesus transforming into black Jesus, or from into white Jesus. I don't know. All right. Well, Monday again. I hopefully will be able to do this, and we're gonna link up. But if not, then we'll probably do it earlier, or yeah, just like Amazon delivery. You never know when it's gonna fucking pop up.
Be here when I be here.
Be
The
there
fuck
when I
off
be there,
me.
bitch. They pay for shit. I'm like asking these people. I'm like, well, how much did he pay for shipping? Huh? Cause it's not here. I put a $5 credit on your account. I don't use this shit anymore.
It's my shit and I want it now.
I want it now. I saw an Amazon package got delivered yesterday. I'm like poking my head on my car. I was about to go over. Like, hello, hey, you looking for 28? No.
I don't care what it is. It's mine. Give it to me. You owe me something.
Anything, whatever it is, bro. Somebody got my hats, nigga. I ain't playing with you. That look like some hats. Fucking around. All right. This is how I sign off. All right. There we go. Fireball. All right. This is
Yeah, I switched from Naruto to Power Rangers real quick. It's morphin' time.
This shit just exploding. Doing flips and shit. This shit is crazy. That's I'm gonna look at some shit like that for the intro. Power Rangers.
Yeah.
Fucking Naruto. Yeah.
Do the like X-Men
I'm
intro where they're all fucking racing towards each other, but it's all black dusts and all polices.
That Matrix scene where Neo is fucking surrounded by the
Yeah.
I'm about to outsource this shit to Fiverr.
Fucking deep fake.
Yeah. Oh shit! And I know all them niggas is on there too.
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna figure that out. I
Alright.
make sure to cut out some shit. Okay, I'll see you next week.
Alright, man. Take it easy.
We're gonna do this again. Yup.